In 10th place is the Churchill MK7, British heavy infantry tank from World War II. It was the base for many other specialized vehicles. The origin of the tank's name is not entirely known. Churchill may have been named after the then Prime Minister and former Secretary of Defense of the United Kingdom, Winston Churchill. However, given the way tanks are named on other British machines, it is more likely that it comes from John Churchill, 1st Duke of Marlborough, commander of the British Army during the War of the Spanish Succession. Winston Churchill's ancestor, this tank had armor reaching up to 102 millimeters. Panther, German medium tank, introduced in 1943 as a direct response to the Soviet T-34 medium tank. Very difficult to destroy by previous German tanks due to its sloped armor. The Panther imitated this simple and very effective solution, but its armor was thicker and its gun more powerful. During their baptism of fire, during the Battle of Kursk, the Panthers failed due to numerous technical problems. Panther had armor up to 110 millimeters, which gives it the 9th place. The 8th place in our ranking is occupied by the KV-1, a Soviet heavy tank from the KV series from World War II. It was created in 1939 in Leningrad. It was also produced in Chelyabinsk tractor plant in total number of 4,086 copies of all versions. As the war progressed, the armor of the KV-1 was upgraded to compensate for the increasing effectiveness of German armament. The end result was the KV-1C, model 1942, which had very thick and heavy armor but lacked a powerful engine. Tankers complained that while the armor served its purpose, the tank was not very mobile and did not outperform the T-34 in firepower. Its armor was up to 110 millimeters. During World War II, it became necessary to build a vehicle capable of destroying the new Soviet tanks, after it was noticed that the armor of the German Panzer III and Panzer IV was easily penetrated by the T-34, which easily destroyed them. At that time, it was also discovered that the 88mm Flak 36 anti-aircraft gun was extremely effective at destroying the T-34, so the Germans decided to create a heavy tank equipped with this cannon, and thus the idea for the Tiger I tank was born, which was equipped with 120mm thick armor, which gives it the 7th place. IS-2 landed in 6th place. It was first used during the fighting in Ukraine in early 1944. 21 IS-2 tanks destroyed more than 40 Tigers and Elephants while losing only 8 tanks. German heavy tanks, which were easily destroyed, did not have the proper gun to respond to the 122mm gun. IS-2 tanks remained in the armament of the Soviet Army after the war. The armor was up to 160 millimeters. Tiger II, the largest and heaviest tank of World War II, used in combat. It had great firepower and solid armor. No Allied tank of that period, except the Russian IS-2, was able to penetrate the frontal armor of the German Colossus. The phenomenal 88mm gun offered a range of up to 4 kilometers and 100% accuracy up to 3 kilometers, which left the enemy machines behind. It should be added, however, that the Tiger II was very unreliable, had a too weak and fuel-consuming engine, and its production was very expensive. At the end of the war, these tanks took part in many clashes on both fronts and were too often knocked out of action by faults, lack of supplies, or tactical errors of the commanders. Despite this, operational examples were such a dominant weapon on the battlefield that the Jagdtiger became one of the icons of the armored forces of World War II. Its 185mm thick armor gives it 5th place in our ranking. In 4th place is the Tortoise, which was developed to attack heavily fortified enemy positions, so the emphasis was primarily on the vehicle's strong armor. 6 examples of the tank were built, 25 were planned, but none of them managed to take part in combat operations. The tank crew consisted of 7 people, commander, driver, gunner, 2 loaders operating a 32-pound gun, and 2 machine gunners. The interior of the vehicle was divided into 3 compartments. The forward one housed the gearbox, the second the crew, and the last the Rolls-Royce Meteor engine. The cannon was placed in the hull of the vehicle, which means that the Tortoise can be classified as a self-propelled gun. Its armor was up to 228 millimeters. The 3rd place is occupied by the Mouse, a super-heavy tank of German design from World War II. With a total weight of 188 tons, it was the heaviest and largest tank ever built. But it never entered mass production or was used in combat. The Germans only built 2 unfinished prototypes and have a range of 160 kilometers on the road or 62 kilometers in the field. The hull, made of steel armor plates, had a thickness of up to 240 millimeters. It's time for the top of our list and the second place, which is occupied by the Jagdtiger, a German heavy tank destroyer. The Jagdtiger was built on a slightly modified Tiger II heavy tank chassis. It was the last mass-produced German tank destroyer and the heaviest armored vehicle used in combat during World War II. It had powerful armament in the form of a 128mm cannon, enabling it to destroy Allied vehicles even from a distance of 4 kilometers. It was produced in a small series, not exceeding 88 vehicles. Due to its low mobility and strong armor, it was sometimes called a self-propelled bunker. The design had many disadvantages, including low mobility, resulting from the heavy weight and too weak engine. Most of the vehicles were lost as a result of defects or attacks by Allied air forces. Its armor was up to 250 millimeters. The first place goes to Object 279. In fact, it is a post-war construction, but from the technical point of view, it stopped during World War II. Work on the vehicle began in 1957. The prototype was created at the end of 1959. This vehicle had 4 tracks embedded on 2 long, hollow beams. The tank was equipped with a 1,000-horsepower engine. The hull of the tank was protected by armor up to 269 millimeters thick, and it was additionally covered with a thin elliptical shell that protected the vehicle against subcaliber shells. The design prevented the vehicle from being overturned by the shock wave in the event of a nuclear explosion. The armor consisted of steel structures of irregular shapes, of different thicknesses and at different angles of inclination. The construction of the armor was to protect against heat rounds. The turret had 319 millimeters of armor at its thickest point.